We set it up, and within 5 minutes we were up in the chief's office saying, "Chief, this is the best thing that's happened to us in years. This software, this training equipment is game changing because you can do everything with it. Shooting range, mental health issues. You can do domestic violence stuff with it. You can do active shooter stuff with it, school shooters. All that stuff you can run through one piece of equipment. And every officer that has jumped in it and tried it so far, after about 5 minutes, they're fully immersed in that world. And when something bad happens, their heart races, the pulse quickens, and they're there, and they have to react. It's just so much different than looking at a TV screen and playing a video game. You're fully immersed. So Corey's been, from the ground floor with this, really been a big part of getting us up to speed and really pushing it with the guys. And we're trying right now, we're doing a room down, our old gym in the basement. We're making that a big empty room. This will constantly be set up. Our hope is to train as many officers as possible to run the scenarios, so as many officers as possible can go through the scenarios and just have a constant training. This isn't something we want people to do, oh, once a year you come in and you do scenario training. This, we hope, is something that, hey, we have enough guys on the road tonight, come off the road for a half hour, go through a couple of scenarios, and go back on the road, just to keep things fresh, because every scenario doesn't have to be a shoot or don't shoot scenario. You can bring someone in, you send them to the range, they shoot at the range to get comfortable in the environment, put them on a couple of car stops that could be regular car stops, they go fine, go to a domestic, the people are compliant, they make an arrest, and that's the end of the training for the day. Because you shouldn't be training, it's always bad. You have to train that it can go good sometimes. That way, when it goes bad in the training, it's more realistic. It's not like, well, I know it's going to go south because it always goes south. Well, the last couple of times I went through the scenario, it was fine. Now all of a sudden it goes south, you get a better real reaction, and you're really immersed in that scenario. What's really cool about this company, they're a startup company, they're about 2 years old. They have 105 agencies right now, mostly West Coast. And for lack of a better term, I was bugging them quite a bit. But they also realized I like to talk, so they said, listen, we want to have an East Coast presence. So what we want to do is we'll ship you the equipment, you set it up, we're going to leave it at your department. It is basically yours. All we ask is if there's a department or an agency that wants to come see it, that they can call you and set up an appointment and just run them through a couple of scenarios. We figured that would be a really good fit for our department, for our agency, and for also all the Cape agencies. We look forward to showing to all the Cape chiefs and hopefully the Mass Criminal Justice Training Council. We've been talking to the state police. State police is going to come in and take a look at it, because everything right now is going towards training, and not only just training, but scenario training.
It's a great tool. I mean, it really changes the training aspect of what we do. It gives so many more levels to our capabilities and training and the safety of officers, and also the citizens that we deal with. It's a game changer, it really is.